Hello and welcome to Grim Survival. Today is still the 26th of September. Yeah, September. 26th of September. It's very, very windy out here. I will try to correct the audio. I am standing in a public park and it is very crowded in certain areas. Very windy. No, I do not have a cameraman. I am actually using my new gimbal. It has auto tracking features and it is following me. It's really kind of creepy. But hey, today I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Follow me down here. What I'm doing down here with my car. I'm going to show you how to cook on my car. How we used to do it, you know, as a truck driver. So stay tuned for that. Alright, what we have here is a Cobra 1500 watt DC to AC power inverter. Now basically what this does is you plug this into a car battery and then you can plug whatever you need into the sockets. This particular one, sorry about the wind, has USB ports and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you how I'm hooking this up. First and foremost, we just set it here on the car. Now, I'll put it right there. And then we untangle our wires. Now these power inverters, you can get on Amazon. You can go to any truck stop and find them. And yeah, you can find them pretty much anywhere. You can find anything else. My battery, I will move you a little bit. My battery is, you know, over here. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Now I'm not going to attach this in any special way. I'm just going to hook it on. So that's hooked onto that bolt. And that didn't spark, so yeah, let's hope that's actually getting a charge. Let's hope. It's not going to stay. I'm going to have to devise a way to make it stay. Maybe just laying it there will do. We'll see. Do we think laying it there is going to make it stay? No, it did not. Alright, let me fix it. Alright, we're back. We have power. It's telling me 12.4 volts. Can you see the light on that? I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of bright out here. Because this is such a small battery in a small car, I am going to have to run it to make this operate properly. In a semi-truck, here, where am I? I'm over here. Follow me, follow me. There you go. In a semi-truck, we wouldn't have to worry about this right away. We have 6 batteries, and in a semi-truck, it has a cutoff for things just like this. So if you're using power inverters and such, it won't let you drain your battery far enough to where you can't start your vehicle. This car does not have those features. Sorry, I kicked the tripod, so I am going to start the car. So wait right there, will you? Now, as you could hear, the inverter is making some odd sounds there. That was the inverter. It's just telling me the voltage. We're now at 14.6. 14.6 is where you need this thing to be to actually use it for what I'm going to use it for. And let me get into that right now. Alright guys, what I have here is an electric kettle. This is a electric kettle I used to keep in my truck. Hamilton Beach brand. There it is. Fact this, not me. And this is a power... just a power, you know, surge protector. That's what I'm trying to say. Surge protector. Power strip, surge protector, whatever you want to call this. I'm plugging this into the inverter. Hopefully it'll follow me. Let's see if I can make it track the inverter so it'll follow it instead of me. Yeah, look at that. It's working. Okay, so this goes on here, and we'll get to that in a minute. First, plug this in. Try not to break your wires. Alright, so I got this to add some extra length and just a little more protection. I'm going to try to plug it in and get you out of the wind because it is very loud out here and I know it's got to be picking up on camera, I think. Okay, basically you put water in this thing, you set it on the base, you turn it on, it boils the water. What I'm making here, coffee. Stay tuned for that. Let's move around here so you can get a better view of what I'm doing with my car all open and whatnot. And yeah, sorry for the camera work. I know, I'm still getting used to this. I got a bunch of stuff in my seat, including water. So I like my coffee strong and I like it black. And yeah, So I'm going to try to adjust you here just so you can see. Now, the inverter's still plugged into the battery. I kind of rigged it a little bit with some tape. I would not recommend this. Do not try this at home, children. We're adding water to the kettle. It's clean. Believe me, it's clean on the inside. Doesn't look so clean on the outside, but it's clean. And just because this is going in the car, I know how much water I need. I need just a little extra. So, yeah. I've done this a time or two. Just keep that in mind. All right. We have our water. We have our water on the base. That's not too balanced. And we're hoping to get power. Hoping. Maybe helpful if I turned on the power strip. Okay, so yeah, that's going to beep. It's always done that with this because this thing uses a little more power than that's kicking out. So just a little bit more, but it does still work. I don't know if you can see the light is on right here, so that does mean it's heating up my water. So what I got to do now is prepare my coffee. Now I use a French press for my coffee, and I have it with me, so I'll just hang on around. I'll show you. All right, the thing you got to remember about being on YouTube and doing things like this, especially in public venues, is everyone's going to stare at you and think you're a nut job. That's okay, we don't mind. All right, let's make it stop tracking my face and show you what I got in my hand here. This is my French press, stainless steel. It's nice and clean, and yeah. I pre-ground my coffee before I came out here just because it was easier. Standing out here in the wind grinding coffee, probably not going to be the easiest task. So pre-ground coffee, you just dump your coffee in your French press, and there we have coffee. That's going in the pocket. Alright, so coffee grounds are in the press, and we're just waiting for water to heat up. Put the lid back on here and move it out of my way. Thing to remember about these inverters is, they work for any kind of a battery. This is what they use for solar energy. They have inverters in the buildings, and they usually have something similar to a car battery. The older solar units used to actually use car batteries. The newer ones have the big lithium ion, but still they have inverters, and then this is basically what that is. It's a miniature inverter. Now I'm sorry about the beeping sound. It's always done that with this thing. It's always done that. But yeah, I can feel it heating up. I can actually hear it. I will see if I can show you. It is, can you see it? It's starting to bubble and boil. It's almost ready. I really love this little electric kettle. It gets the water boiling. You can get a rolling boil in here in a matter of just a couple of minutes. So all right, let's see if we can, it's done. It really is. All I got to do is pop that off of there and it goes off. Hopefully we can see what I'm about to do here. I have to try to do this while standing without a table and putting my stuff around. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So here we go. We're pouring it in. Hot water into the coffee. And I know by how much water I used and put into the kettle just to dump it all in there. And that's that. Now the coffee is steeping. See, there is coffee. And for those of you that aren't familiar with French press, that's all it is. It's got a net in there. It pushes the coffee grounds down and you pour the coffee out. A lot of people say you should use a coffee filter anyway because of whatever and whatnot, but I like really strong coffee, so that's that. I'm going to go set this down in the car, and then I'm going to show you what else I can do with this thing. This is the part of video where everyone's going to think you're a nut job if you're out here doing this. Yeah, maybe not in such a public place, but the reason behind this is, if you're ever stranded, if your car still runs and you're stranded, you could start it, maybe you have flat tire, maybe you broke something, whatever. If your car still runs, you have a battery, you can heat your car and cook. Obviously you can heat your car if you start your car and run your heater. It takes about 15 minutes for your alternator to kick in and start recharging your battery. So you're going to need to leave your car running if you're cooking things like this or doing things like this. So what I have here is another thing I used to use in my semi-truck. This is an electric burner. That's all it is. And quite frankly, I'm just going to plug it right in here, and we'll see if I can get you to follow along here. I'm going to plug it in right here. And I'm going to find a place to set this. Okay, so this is not the most, easy thing to do or the most balanced thing. This is a cast iron skillet. So I'm going to wait for that to heat up just a minute, and I'm going to prep what I'm about to cook in here. Oh yeah, I can already feel the heat from it. So let's go ahead and, that cast iron, I used it before. It probably needed cleaned better. Now the beeping sound is obviously the inverter again. It's just the car's not giving it as much power as it would like to have. That's really the only issue I'm having. The light is on. Oh, yeah, I forgot to follow me. Okay, so the light is on the stove here, and it is heating up the pan. I can feel heat. It's going to take a little longer. Yeah, the inverter's just complaining because of low power. So I'm not really sure if it's going to heat up with this car battery as much as it needs to. I have a frozen burger patty and some cheese. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're really going to eat burgers and coffee with your coffee? Yes, I am. Because that's what we do as truck drivers. I mean, I can feel the heat coming off the pan. So we might just have to suffer through the beeping while we cook here. I'm going to try to reposition this so that it's not so obnoxiously loud right here. I will try to move you closer to the interior of the car. Follow me, camera. Follow me. This is really creepy. It really does just follow me everywhere I go. Hopefully you can still hear me with the wind. It is very windy out here, in case you cannot tell. It really is. Alright, so now the tripod's on the ground, so that's weird. It's still following me. I can smell the oil in the pan. You know, when you season cast irons, you can smell oil. So yeah, we'll have to move you back a little bit so you can see. Here we go. Frozen burger patty. I don't know if you can hear the sizzle, but it is cooking. Yeah, it is cooking, and like I said, it's a frozen burger patty. It's not the most tasty thing, so we're going to douse it with lots and lots of pepper. I'm actually turning the heat down a little bit because it's getting too hot. The wind is blowing my pepper. How dare the wind blow my pepper? Alright, I thought I had salt somewhere too. I thought I did. I could have swore I put it in one of my pockets. I may have forgotten my salt. I think I have a spatula. I think. Alright, so it seems I forgot a few of my cooking utensils. So we're going to be flipping the burger with a spoon and a fork. Hopefully that works. Hopefully. There we go. This is a Tokes tong. It's basically a spoon and fork. Whoa, there's the camera on that side. Titanium. I don't know. Here, we'll see if I can show you the brand. There you go. This is very useful. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I got it from rei.com. Very, very useful. So, yeah. The burger is cooking. And if I can find it. Ah, there it is. I was blocking it. Sorry. But yeah. It's definitely not ready to be flipped yet. I found the salt. I knew I brought some salt. This is just one of those pour things, so I got to kind of pour it in my hand. And, yeah. The wind is blowing my salt. How dare the wind blow my salt? Seriously, the wind. It's killing my salt. Alright, while I cook a burger in the parking lot, see if I can get it to follow me again. There we go. Wait right there. This coffee has been steeping in here for at least 5 minutes. So basically on a French press, you just push the net down. It pushes all your coffee grounds out of your way. I push it down slowly because sometimes they can seep up around the net if you're not, you know, if you're kind of rough with it. So the things you learn the hard way, I'm telling you. All right, so here's coffee in the coffee cup. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? There we go. Can you see it? That's coffee. Coffee in the coffee cup. All right. Coffee and a burger in the park. Cooked on the car. Doesn't get any better than this. That was a joke. Hey, that's good coffee. My burger's about ready to be flipped. So let me go grab the tools and figure out what I'm going to do with the mess in here. Alright guys, here we go. I'm going to make it track the tongs. Can it track the tongs? Can it? It's tracking the tongs. That's not working now. Alright, now we're looking at the front of my car. It's trying to track the front of my car. Stop tracking the front of my car. You're being not helpful. You're supposed to be a standalone cameraman and you're not being helpful. Alright, burger's flipped. There's still plenty of heat in there. Yep, plenty of heat, but it looks like the inverter's gone off. Yes. Sorry about the wind. People are looking at me like I'm a nut. I'm literally in a parking lot with my hood up, my car running, and I've got a stove next to me and I'm cooking. And there are a lot of people driving by. This is a public park, like I said, so yeah. Oh well. The inverter actually is kicking off now, so I'm thinking I'm losing a little power in my car. I'm going to let it charge just a minute and hope I don't have to break out my portable stove, my gas one. Guys, I took the inverter off there. The burger failed. And I've always said, even if I fail, I'm going to post the video. So we're going to continue cooking my lunch because I'm not going to like waste the food. That would be bad. So, yeah. And I will tell you how and why I failed in just a minute. As soon as I make sure that this actually works and find a lighter. Yeah, I didn't have to look very far to find one. Alright, that's working. I can hear it. I'm trying to burn myself. The key now is to balance the cast iron on that little stove. See that? That's the key. I gotta sit here and hold it. But while I'm holding it, I'm gonna tell you why it failed. And yeah, I'm gonna sit in the parking lot and tell you why I failed. Why I failed was this. I didn't hook it to my battery properly. And my jumper cables, for some reason, are not in my car. If you attach your jumper cables to these and then you attach it to the battery, it works a whole lot better. Or if you have a way to mount this or screw it down. So, yeah, that's why I failed. That was my own doing. I should have I should have brought my jumper cables, and I didn't realize I had taken them out of my vehicle. Sorry about the camera work here. I didn't realize I had taken my jumper cables out of my vehicle, so I should have brought them with me, and oops. So yeah, we were using them for my Durango to start it not too long ago, and apparently they got left in there. So yeah, so that is it. I was able to make the coffee. It worked fine for that. I still have the car running just to make sure my battery charges up. I don't want to get stuck here, especially without my jumper cables. So yeah, the burger is now cooking. Maybe you can see it. There it is. Obviously it's going to cook. This is a gas stove, MSR Pocket Rocket, one of the originals. That's an old can of fuel I have. I really need another one. But while that cooks, yeah, I got to go grab something to grab this cast iron with, because that's going to be hot. And put some more pepper on it. But yeah, I'll get back to you in a minute. Alright, now we're cooking. This is just about done. I mean, the inverter and the stove did it most of the way. I just want to make sure it's done before I eat it, because this is my lunch and I am going to eat it. Wife is sleeping right now. She works night shift, so she works between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Several days a week. Kids are, they're playing, and the oldest is watching, so we're all good there. And I just figured I'd come out here and make you enjoy the wind. Insulated leather gloves for holding cast iron. Yeah, it really is done enough. So I'm going to cheese it and try to eat it. My cheese is really well warm as it is anyway, because it's been in the car for like a while now. And I usually would put it on my burger before I take it out. But yeah, we're just going to do it like that. I should have brought more cheese. But hey, the other half of the bun's in the car. I'm going to let this cool off, and I'll get back to you in just a couple of minutes. All right, just so you know, I am eating it. Not bad for a frozen burger. All right, see you in a minute. Yeah, I needed some water to wash it down. Doesn't go well with coffee. Still drinking the coffee though. So I was talking over Homestead Oss. He's gonna get a hat like this because he likes the light. Great for camping. But like I say, I do like his hat. So there, I used to have more hair. I do like his hat, but this is my outdoor hat right here, and I do wear this goofy looking thing. I like it. I really do. So I don't know why I wear it, but it used to fit better. I used to have more hair. But hey, to each his own, right? All right, let's eat my burger. I'll be right back. There's a lot of racket going on around here. I think I got you mostly out of the wind now. So yeah, inverter, it did work for my coffee, which I am still drinking my coffee in case you weren't aware. Yeah, there's the coffee. It's hot. Still hot. I love this cup. All right, yeah, so let me give you some practical uses for an inverter like that. Power outages. Power outages. Now, with that inverter in a bigger battery, because the battery in my car is not going to do it, but with a bigger battery like would have been in my SUV, I could plug in my little fridge. Now, I have one of those little dorm room fridges. Excuse me, I'm belching here. I have a dorm room fridge. It's, like one of the little three footers, something like that. Work even better for a mini fridge, like the little cube mini fridges, because that's even less power. You gotta watch your inverters because not all of them are made equal. Some of them just won't power certain things because they have lower power. I will give you an example of that if you just here it is. Here's another inverter. That's what this is. This definitely won't power the stove. This won't power even the coffee pot, anything. I use this as the car charger because it's got the USB-C, the regular USB, and a regular plug. So I can power GPS. I can power, charge phones and whatever with that. So yeah, all of your inverters are not created equal. The one I'm using is a 15 watt with a 3000 watt startup, which means when it needs to start something like a refrigerator or like my stove, it'll kick up to the 3000 just temporarily to get it running, because most things take more power to start, like your car. It takes more power to crank it than it does to keep it running. So, refrigerators and things like that work on the same principle because they're all running similar motors. Keep that in mind. So, yeah. But like I said, practical things to have it for. If you are living in a hurricane-prone area, your batteries, not your batteries, but your power is out. And I've been in hurricanes, and I've set 2 weeks without power. And we would run our cars, as long as you have plenty of gasoline, definitely prep your gasoline. We would run our cars for, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Plug our cell phones and whatnot into them and things like that. Obviously, there's better things for this if you have generators, gas-powered, battery-powered, solar-powered generators. But on a budget, that inverter costs like $100. That little stove, I paid like maybe $30 for it on Amazon. The refrigerator was probably the most expensive thing I had in my truck, but you can get those little cube refrigerators pretty cheap, and it's going to allow you to keep your food, cold, a little bit of your food cold. Like, if you drink milk or anything like that, it'll keep it from spoiling on you for the first week of a power outage until you run out of gas in your car. But yeah, on a budget, because those solar batteries like that, you know what I'm saying, is a solar generator. Those things are expensive, rather expensive. Normal gas power generators are rather expensive too. So this is just a budget-friendly alternative from a truck driver, because this is what truck drivers do. We have these things in our trucks. Some trucks have them built in. And, a semi-truck was going to power it better. Like I said, they have about 6 car batteries in it, and they're bigger than the one in this car. Like I said, also, it would have worked a lot better with jumper cables to connect it better. I would have been able to move it over here out of the wind. The wind wouldn't have been blowing my salt all over the place. So, yeah, just prepare a little better if you're going to do this. Make sure you have everything you need before you leave the house. Obviously, I forgot. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the cast iron. It's got, burger grease in the bottom of it, and I got it sitting on the floorboard. I got a plastic bag I could put it in, I guess, but I'll just drive slow. But hey, this has been Grim Survival. If you like my craziness out here in the park, give me a thumbs up. Remember, hit the subscribe button. This thing's really weird. It's following my head. Do you see this? I'm not touching it. I'm not touching anything. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. It's just following me. I really like it. This is going to be really helpful when I do some adventure videos, and I'm planning on doing that once I get up north, but I also have a couple places to visit here before I leave, and I wanted to show you. I'm going to try to do the failed video once again. But hey, give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Remember, click that little bell icon and click all after you do it, so you actually might get some notifications. If you're still not getting my notifications, you can follow me on Facebook. Link is in the description. And hey, on Patreon, I posted my first Patreon video yesterday. I'm going to try to do a Patreon video every Friday, so if you want to check out what kind of craziness I'm up to over there, be sure to hit me up on Patreon. $1 a month, and you can unlock all the secrets of Grim, I guess. I don't know. All right, this has been Grim Survival. I'll see you later.